Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan has announced that uniform civil code will be implemented in the state and a committee is being formed for the purpose. CM Chauhan claimed that there were people land grabbing under the guise of marrying a tribal woman and questioned why should there be two laws in one country. A number of important inputs coming in on this. We'll also have an expert to explain to us the importance of Uniform Civil Code and why, if at all, it requires to be implemented and what is the resistance to UCC all about. That is coming up, but first let's listen in to the inputs coming in on this.
आज मैं जागरण की अलग जगाने आया हूं। बेटी से शादी की और जमीन ले ली। मैं तो इस बात का पक्षधर हूं कि भारत में अब समय आ गया है कि एक समान नागरिक संहिता लागू होनी चाहिए। एक से ज्यादा शादी क्यों करे कोई? एक देश में दो विधान क्यों चलेगी? एक ही होना चाहिए। और मध्य प्रदेश में भी मैं कमेटी बना रहा हूं। समान नागरिक संहिता, एक पत्नी रखने का अधिकार है तो एक ही पत्नी सबके लिए होनी चाहिए, फिर ज्यादा क्यों होना चाहिए?
सरकार के लिए सभी समान नागरिक होते हैं। उनके लिए कोई धर्म, जाति, क्षेत्र महत्व नहीं रखता। यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड एक ही कानून से जो सारों पर लागू होगा उसकी बनाने की बात की जा रही है और हरियाणा में भी हम जल्दी विचार कर रहे हैं, अध्ययन कर रहे हैं।
आदरणीय राहुल गांधी जी स्वरा भास्कर जी को लेकर के, कन्हैया कुमार को लेकर के, सुशांत को साथ में लेने से भारत नहीं जुड़ता। भारत जब जुड़ता है जब 370 समाप्त होती है। भारत जब जुड़ता है जब सीए आता है। भारत जब जुड़ता है जब ट्रिपल तलाक जैसी कुप्रथा समाप्त होती है। आदरणीय, आपके पूर्वजों ने बाबा साहब अम्बेडकर जी के संविधान में जो पुरजोर पैरवी उन्होंने समान नागरिक संहिता को लागू करने की थी, उसको भी लागू नहीं होने दिया है। अब वक्त आ गया है जब एक विधान और एक संविधान और एक राष्ट्र के साथ में हम आगे बढ़ें। सुप्रीम कोर्ट की साहबाना जी को सुप्रीम कोर्ट से जीतने के बाद भी आपने हरा दिया था तुष्टीकरण की राजनीति के कारण से। ये तुष्टीकरण की राजनीति ने देश को बहुत नुकसान किया है। मैं तो आदरणीय कमलनाथ जी से भी निवेदन करूंगा कि उनको भी समान नागरिक संहिता पर अपनी राय को स्पष्ट रूप से जनता के सामने रखना चाहिए।
He's been in power in Madhya Pradesh for 18 years. Has he implemented it? 27 years Gujarat has BJP in governance. Have they implemented it? 2018 the Law Commission under the BJP government has rejected it. Did they fight it?
लॉ कमीशन ने एक रिपोर्ट पेश की मोदी सरकार को, उस रिपोर्ट को दबाया गया। मैंने उस रिपोर्ट का जिक्र किया पार्लियामेंट में और उस रिपोर्ट में कहा गया है कि यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड आज जरूरी नहीं है और उन्होंने करीब 250 पेज का वो एक रिपोर्ट है।
देखिए, जहां जहां चुनाव वहां वहां कॉमन कोड बिल, ये क्यों नहीं पूरे भारतवर्ष की एक रूपरेखा बनाते? उत्तराखंड, गुजरात या जहां चुनाव की आहट होती है, हिमाचल, वहां बोल देते हैं। अब मध्य प्रदेश में चुनाव की आहट, तो शिवराज जी तो इस समय देख रहे हैं कि वो रहेंगे अगले चुनाव तक कि नहीं रहेंगे, चुनाव के बाद तो नहीं रहना है।
देखिए, यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड पर हम लोगों की पार्टी का स्टैंड क्लियर है, सभी विपक्षी पार्टियों का। बीजेपी रह रह करके बीच बीच में कोई जब मुद्दा नहीं मिलता तो इस मुद्दे को उठाती है। इसका कोई फायदा नहीं होगा, इसलिए कि अब बीजेपी का सूरज अस्त होने वाला है। तो जितने विवादित मुद्दे थे, अब तो 24 में इनकी विदाई होगी, 1 वर्ष बचे हैं। ये सब मुद्दों को उठा करके बीजेपी चाहती है कहीं न कहीं कुछ वोट का हमारा ध्रुवीकरण हो, उससे कोई फायदा नहीं।
They are pressurizing the religions for the common civil code. Common civil code, through the discussions and regular process of unity, educating that it should be a common civil code that will be based on the constitutional spirit. But the BJP, they are thinking about the Manudharma. Is it that common civil code on the basis of the Manudharma? No. It is definitely in the modern era, the people mood and the people sentiment, and also this arising situation, definitely their updation is necessary in religions.
So viewers must understand that if implemented, the UCC is likely to provide a common personal law relevant to all religious communities in personal matters such as marriage, inheritance, divorce and adoption. Currently, different religions have their own personal laws to regulate these aspects of marriage and divorce. Opposition, as we have just played out, is hugely critical of this move, often stating that the issue is raked up ahead of elections. What I'm going to do now is go across to an expert joining us here on the panel is Mr. Ashwini Kumar Dubey, who's also an expert on these matters of constitutional matters as well. Good evening, Mr. Dubey. Thank you so much for joining us here. Good to have you on the show. It is a highly contentious matter, but the kind of positions that different political parties have taken, I have played out. What I want to know from someone like you is, how do we understand this? Is it, in a country like ours, practical to think of having a uniform civil code for all religions, governing all personal aspects of life? How practical an idea is it? And constitutionally speaking, what is mandated when it comes to the uniform civil code?
Let us talk about the constitutional framework first. So in the constitutional framework, the Article 44, if we talk, it's the soul of our constitution. And Article 44, which talks about that the state's powers to make a uniform civil code for the citizens of the state. Now, if we talk about the civil rights and human rights, so civil rights and human rights, if we see, and that too, if we see in the government's perspective and the states which are making this kind of announcements, then after 75 years of the independence, in the name of religion, women discrimination, the property rights, the inheritance rights, as you rightly said, and the male-dominated society continues. And our constitutional makers had envisaged uniform civil code, or we call it Indian civil code, through Article 44 to give everyone equal rights irrespective of their religion and to strengthen and promote unity and integrity of the country. But due to the bad vote bank politics, uniform civil code or Indian civil code could not be implemented. Now there is a second aspect. This would depend, if we see about the various religious people, there are many religions which exist in the country. If we see in that aspect, that would depend on two factors. One, the substantive content of uniform civil code and the process adopted to enact such a code. If we talk about the process adopted to enact this code, then we must look into the people who follow the personal laws. Their views must be taken into. So the UCC, which should be framed in a transparent manner after extensive and comprehensive consultations with all type of communities which are existing in country, so that we cannot say that, look, the majoritarian have envisaged and encouraged upon the rights of the minoritarian. So we have struggled with this issue for a very long time, but have failed to adequately
What is
address
the right way, Mr. Dubey, to go ahead with this consultative process which you're suggesting? And there is also a bit of a dichotomy here where we don't know whether the states are going to initiate this. Every state chief minister is taking a position on it and saying we'll implement it. Whereas as per due process, isn't it something that has to happen through an act of parliament?
There are two aspects. One, if we look into the Goa's perspective, the Uniform Civil Code, Article 44 and Article 37, if we read, right has been given to the states to decide it on their own wisdom. Okay. So there is there is no embargo for framing a law by the states in their state. Because even after the independence, though sometimes the argument is being made that the Goa was earlier under the Portuguese rule, so there was already existing the Uniform Civil Code. But if we see the constitution which is above than the Ved, Puran, Bible and Quran, the constitution says that look, the time has come. And the article 44 also in the constitution, in the Constituent Assembly, it was discussed when the Hindu Code Bill was framed. But due to certain problems which arisen at that point of time, this could not be framed for all the citizens which are existing in the country. But after this independence and after the Goa made the part of this country, the Uniform Civil Code is successfully being implemented, irrespective of the fact that the various religious people of different religions live in Goa. So that is being successfully, even after the independence and even after the Goa became the part of the India, that is being followed, and that those orders are subject to the other laws of the country. Now the time has come where the Article 44 in its true spirit, which was thought of by the Constituent Assembly members earlier.
As of now, Mr. Dubey, the matter is being used at a particular time, like you said, misleading people as if this is a majoritarian idea, whereas that was never the original idea of our constitution makers. Thank you very much for joining us and giving us clear perspectives on this.